show. It's me, Scottie McClue. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Good evening. If you've just joined us on YouTube, a very, very warm welcome as well. Lovely to have everybody with us. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live just for you and saying Dinky-Doo. Fantastic stuff. Good evening, Dinky-Doo. Good evening, Lee. How lovely to have you with us. And a very, very warm welcome, I say to you. There we are. And who else have we got? Gary's just joined us. Eddie's joined us. Numptyhead. Scottie, I've been waiting here for the last 15 minutes just to be first on. And you are first on, Numptyhead. How about that? How Dinky-Doo is that? Dinky-Doo, Scottie McClue. And I've said to every single one of you, good evening, welcome, and Dinky-Doo to Scottie McClue. There we have it. Fantastic. Dinky-Doo. Hello. Hello, Karim. How lovely to have you with us. A good evening, Dinky-Doo. Yes. Now, is everybody happy with the way things are going? Have we sorted out UK politics? We've got another unelected Prime Minister in there. So, but the Tories have got their man in. So let's see what you think about that. Evening, Scottie and everyone else. Pa Grant, how lovely to have you with us. Evening, Scottie, my pal. Dinky-Doo. Alistair, lovely to hear from you. I hope you're keeping well and getting back to full strength. So there you are, because we've got work to do, my boy. Alistair has joined us. Good evening, Alistair. Lovely to have you with us. Alistair William. What a fabulous, fabulous name. There we are, Dinky-Doo. Hello, Jock has just joined us. Fantastic. Guys, can every single one of you follow me on the old TikTok? Yes, there's lots of videos specially made for you with love. But get following. We've had 42.5 million have had a look at the videos. I've only got 20,000 followers. What's going on? My goodness me, I ask you. Good to see you again. Thanks, Alistair. Good to see you as well. Certainly have, says Alistair. Hi, Scottie, David and John here. David, lovely to have you with us. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll tornado here, says Justin. Excellent. Scottie, is this live? Because the roses look dead. No, the roses are a wee bit dry. They've maybe actually passed their best. I think that's 4 weeks the roses have done. So we'll maybe have to say cheerio to them. Dinky-Doo, OJ, good to have you with us. So are the lines open? Asks the wonderful Glenn from Yorkshire. Yes, what we can do, Glenn, we can open the lines up and we'll come on for a chat. So there we are. We'll try and keep the calls a little bit shorter tonight. I'm pretty much full mended, says Alistair. I've been in some difficulties with my sight, so I've been getting that sorted out. Nearly good now. Alistair, you take great care of yourself, because good people are scarce, and you are a good person, I can tell you. Who have we got here? Please grow my TikTok account, says Samantha. Well, absolutely, Samantha. Of course. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, what's the number? The number, Jeff, is 0141 628 9795. 0141 628 9795. I'm just going to open up the lines, and maybe we'll put the roses down then, if you think that they're probably not looking as good as they were. Yes, we'll put the roses down, shall we? There we are. That's the roses. Okay, wonderful. And we thank the lovely people that sent the roses, the lovely, lovely lady that sent the roses. They've done very well, almost a month. Isn't that beautiful? Hi, Scottie, says Susan. Hi, Susan. Dinky-Doo. Do you golf, Scottie? Never golfed in my life, caddied twice. So there you have it. Scottie, I think we need a bridge from Greenock to Dunoon. I did see that mooted, but I hae my doubts as to how that would actually work. I used to go to Dunoon on all the steamers, all the steamships, the St. Columba, the Loch Fyne, the Loch Nevis, the Maids, the Arran, the Bute, the Cowell, the Duchess of Hamilton, the Duchess of Montrose, the King George V, all these wonderful things. And then at the weekend, you could get yourself over on the Granny Kempock that went for the papers in the morning. and I worked in the Granny Kempock. Should we purchase? I told you about. Oh yes, Alistair. We'll have to have a wee look at that and see what you think. Do you like fishing? I'm from the USA and Scotland. People in Tinnabruach. So there we are, wrong spelling. Can see other people. Yes, the people in Tinnabruach, the house on the hill in Gaelic. So there we have it. What's the distance between Dunoon and Greenock? I would have said, Alistair, about maybe 2.5 miles as the crow flies. But somebody might come on and correct me there, Dinky-Doo. I'm Scottish as well. Arrow, how lovely to have you with us, Dinky-Doo. Has everybody followed me? Let's see if you're telling the truth. Have you followed Scottie McClue? No, you haven't. Very naughty. Right, everybody watching right now on the TikTok, get yourself up to the top left-hand corner and click the plus sign. All right, can you see that? And let's see some decent following going on. Yes, everybody, if you've got a TikTok account, you should be following Scottie McClue. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I'll tell you if anybody's done it in a minute. So there you have it. Tried calling. A very good evening to you, says Neil O'Gormley. Professor Numpty Heed. Well, I was phoning then. It's green. Well, we haven't set the phones up, Numpty Heed. It's green. Oh, yes. Right. Excellent stuff. Ah, right. Okay, Alistair. We shall speak about that, sir. Fantastic. Now then, what have we got here? Let's see if we can open up the telephone lines. Everybody's very keen to get on and get phoning. So there we are. Have it there. I shall just have a wee look. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. There we are. Good. Now, let's see what's happened here. Oh, I don't know. Yes, that's fine. Absolutely. Good. Looking good. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm just going to see if I can get the phone lines open, guys. There we have it. Oh, that's that one. That's that one. We'll get rid of that one and get on to that one. Yes, absolutely. We got. Yes, right. Phone lines look as if they're on the go now, guys. So try your hand, see if you can get on. That's what I would say to you. Yes, there we are. Right, anybody trying to phone, give it a shot. See how you get on. I'm going back to this. Wonderful. And back to that. And there we should be all right. Back to that. Back to that. Good. All sorted. Fantastic. Now, what have we got? I've got my banner on tonight, but no badges on it yet. We need to get you a badge. You're needing a Scottie McClue badge, Alistair. That's the thing for you. Can you see that there? Is that? Yes. That's not bad. And that should actually be the right way up for you. Remember, the clocks go back tonight, folks. Absolutely, Kareem. Yes, indeed. And aye. With the number I'm in Govan, there's a blackout. What's the number I'm in Govan? And there's a blackout. 0141 628 9795. Everybody should know the number. Here's somebody calling. Let's see what's happening. You're live at Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie.
Numpty Heed. Numpty Heed, well done for getting through, because I know that technology baffles you.
Absolutely. It's Professor Doom tonight, by the way.
Why, what's up?
I've got doom and gloom news for you, Scottie.
Why, what's wrong?
The World Cup.
The World Cup.
News, right?
Yes.
Aye, for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, what's wrong with the World Cup?
Well, it's a football tournament, not a gay pride match.
Right. Well,
what's wrong?
So what's wrong with that? I mean, why are you too bothered? We know it's a football tournament, but people like to use football. I've even seen them use it for religion.
Scottie, all I'm hearing every day on the radio, because you can me, I like my radio.
You like your radio? That's how you and I met, Numpty Heed.
Absolutely. That's a different story. Apart from that, though, Scottie, I'm hearing every day they're saying when you go to the World Cup, behave yourself. Are they saying that every English football fan is gay? Is that what they're saying?
No, I don't think that's what they're saying at all. They're just saying everybody should show respect.
football fans going to do at night in Qatar? Go to Gay Miles.
Well, I know it's, you know, I don't think you'll find any of those, to be honest with you. But I mean, all they're saying is show respect.
It's been blown out of proportion.
Of course, all these things have.
Now, they didn't sell alcohol, but they're not saying to you, didn't go to the pubs and get drunk.
No, but they should be saying that as well. They should be laying down, here's the rules.
Absolutely, but the thing is, why are they bringing gay men into it?
That's what I don't understand, because it's nothing to do with football. But they may be saying to people, just remember. Yeah, but they're just saying, just remember.
And another thing, Scotty, can you remember we were talking about auditors a couple of weeks ago?
Auditors, oh, these people that hang about police stations and start cheeking up to the police.
Yes.
We need to bring in a law numpty that chases these folk for their lives. And the police should be able to deal out summary justice. So they should say, if anybody's caught, film, because let's be honest, these guys are not filming the police stations because they're police stations. They're filming them to get a reaction from the police.
Well, you're actually spot on, you're
you know, and all I'm saying is the police should have emails saying, listen, here's the law as it stands, so don't bother going anywhere near these people. But if you see them going into a restricted area, go outside and arrest them for suspected terrorist offences, or for what's the other one called? Hostile reconnaissance, right? Arrest them, and they don't get free until they've fully identified themselves and they've actually confessed as to why they're hanging around a police station. Now, if they say, because I've got a social media channel and I wanted to get a reaction from the police, then they can say, right, well, you're not getting that, and you cannot put any channels up that that cheeks up to the police.
Well, I'm pleased to say, Scotty, I can shut your argument down.
Because I'll tell you something, see, in days gone by, these people would have been put in the back of a van.
Aye, that's days gone by, but now
or they would have been taken up a close in Edinburgh and birched.
Well, let me tell you this, Scotty. I'm going to shut your argument down in one statement here.
Go on.
I'm pleased to say that a policeman lost his job at the Headloo because an auditor caught him abusing his powers because he had a video camera in his face. There you are.
Right.
Well worth it.
Right. Well, that's shocking, because the police need to be defended all the time unless they've committed an actual crime.
Well, that's what happened. He assaulted the auditor and he lost his job for it.
Right. Well, in actual fact, we're needing a touch of the Sillitoe treatment on these people. Now, Sir Percy Sillitoe was the Chief Constable of Sheffield, and he came up to Glasgow and sorted out the gangs. And he said, right, I'm recruiting big Highlanders, and you can arm yourself with clubs, and you'll no get prosecuted as long as you're putting a stop to this.
Aye. Now, finally, Scotty, before I go,
so we need to put a stop to these auditors, you know, because they're just making a few quid and holding up the police and wasting police time.
Scotty, I told you, if one bad policeman gets caught...
Well, yes, a bad policeman, but what about all the good policemen that are just doing their best? And these people, I've looked at 2 or 3 of these auditors, and they use the same script, cheeking up, pretending they can't hear. Sorry, what was that you said? Oh, no, all that. No, I'm not having any time for that, numpty. So there you go.
How do you care they're good policemen?
So,
how do you care they're good policemen?
well, they're very good when they're behaving well on the social media. So I'm afraid, you know, they shouldn't get their time wasted by these idiots.
Aye.
Right. So you stick your tongue out and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. What?
All right. Now, what I was saying was, before I go, right, I was watching the telly yesterday for the first time in months, And
Right.
you know what? I piled off after 10 minutes, and let me tell you why.
Scotty
Because I was
McCLUE, wasn't he on it?
No, listen, I was watching Minders, the Alfred Daily.
Loved Minder.
And during the adverts, they put on these adverts with the broken dogs and the bears that lose their bairns. Now, Scotty, I hope that the dogs and bears are actors, because if they decide to get a film crew in before they bring in a vet, I wouldn't give them money.
All right. I shall put all these to the nation, Numpty and Dinky-Doo, Lala.
Stop talking rubbish.
Never heard so much nonsense in all my life. There we are. Now, what do we got? John, Dinky-Doo, lovely to have you with us on the old TikTok. Fantastic. Back to see what you're all up to. Remember, the clocks go back, says Kareem. Yes, thank you very much for that. Something magic happens when you do the phone-ins. Thank you. What a lovely thing to say. We try to make the magic happen. You're live at Scotty's phone-in. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty. How you doing?
Hey, Glenn, Dinky-Doo. Busy night tonight, la?
Yeah, not so bad, yeah. Scotty, I was listening to what Numpty was saying about the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think it's an unprecedented situation that we're having a World Cup this late in the year for a change, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. But I also think, by all means, introduce a warning to people saying, you know, you are a human being. And if you believe in ABC, remember this country doesn't. And
Scotland taking a break then during the World Cup. Then.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, you know. I mean, Scotland could do with winning the World Cup, you know.
Yeah. I mean, even though Scotland's not in it, is Celtic and Rangers, are they having a break for a few weeks? Then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Rangers got a tough time the other night, you know. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I'd been there, I would have been on the bench, you know.
Scotty, I think, to be fair, though, with football, with World Cup at this time of year coming this close to Christmas, I think it's a bit of a strange situation having it November till December, week before Christmas, don't you?
It's all very strange, actually, to be quite honest with you.
I think the powers that be above, you know, like in the FIFA and whatnot, I think they're the ones that have made this decision, aren't they? You know, like...
Well, you see, Northern Ireland elections, they're talking about 10 days before Christmas. Now, who's really interested? We had a general election, was it 3 years ago, just at Christmas time?
Yeah.
And then we had lockdown and pandemics and all that sort of stuff, you know. And I mean, folk are getting a bit weary of all this stuff, you know.
Strange, different things happening at different times.
Well, because it's not helping. I mean, no matter how hard you try to vote somebody into politics, no matter how hard you try to help our countries, our 4 countries, because I was amazed at Rishi Sunak saying how much he loved this country. And I thought, which country are you talking about? Are you talking about England? Are you talking about Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales? You know, now Northern Ireland need to get their act together and get that parliament up and running. Or as I threatened to do years ago, I'll go and sit in it myself until somebody comes and joins me.
Scotty, what do you reckon to Mr. Sunak then as a Prime Minister? Then do you reckon he's got...
Well, he's an incredibly clever man, but he's another unelected Prime Minister. Do you see? And these positions, people should be elected to the job.
Do you think he's on borrowed time then?
Of course he's on borrowed time, because I think Sir Keir is just waiting in the wings.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, so I think it's a pantomime that's going to play out now, and then we'll see what's what. But the point I'm making here, Glenn, no matter how hard we try as ordinary people, we're not reaping any benefits. It's just more austerity while people, you know, make billions and billions in profit.
We're just going around in circles.
So we need a Prime Minister that goes, right, here's how I'm going to put a few quid in your pockets. Are you all listening? Boy, would we be glued to the telly.
Regarding the energy crisis and everything like
everything, all that. Well, I mean, they're giving us a little bit there, but they need to come across with the rest. They need to say, your wages are going up, inflation's coming down, gas prices are coming down. I mean, we're working very hard for you.
What about the hospital? Is it doctors appointments or NHS appointments, if they don't cancel them, they'll charge a £10 fine or something.
Yeah, they're going to start fining and what have you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had to pop for a checkup for something, and they actually sent a text, said, just to remind you about your appointment, missed appointments cost us so many billion a year.
Yeah.
You know?
It don't surprise me. I mean, you have to book a doctor's appointment days in advance these days, don't you?
Yeah, here's a guy saying North of Ireland isn't a country. Well, of course it is. It's Ireland. Yes, it's Northern Ireland.
Do you reckon there won't be a general election this year, Scotty, will there?
I doubt they'll have it now, because it would need to have been called by now to get it ready for even Christmas. So I think you'll be looking at next year. But the thing is, there's a huge slide in politics. Brexit has, as I predicted 6 years ago, I said it, people are going to start needing to listen to me, Glenn.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Because I tell them the truth all the time, and they'll go and listen to somebody telling them bunkum.
Scotty, you need to put yourself forward for the vacancy then,
do you think so? Get right in there.
Definitely.
They wouldn't allow me on the front benches because they're not wanting to hear fact after fact after fact.
They don't want to know the truth, Scotty.
Oh, heavens above, no. Listen, I've uploaded a couple of videos for you, so you should hear all that. Telling an old boy the truth.
Scotty, if you got into the House of Parliament, it'd be great to watch.
Would you like that?
I mean, isn't it, Scotty? I don't think there's enough freedom of speech around, is there?
There isn't, and you wouldn't see much of me because I would obviously be on the back benches, and you would just see maybe the odd pan of a camera, and I might get to ask a question. But I would think as soon as I joined, the chief whip would say, now remember, you shut up and you speak when spoken to.
Scotty, you're the spokesperson, order.
Order? Order, the speaker. They could drag me to the speaker's chair.
Absolutely brilliant.
They were kicking the back of the seats, and the speaker had to say, don't damage the furniture. Hey, Glenn, you take great care now. I'm going to have to dash.
Clock's changed tonight anyway.
Clock's changed tonight, and my old clock will have to be stopped and then restarted.
Everything's all good anyway, Scotty.
Hey, all's good in the hood, my boy. You take great care of you.
Dinky-Doo, Scotty, anyway.
Dinky-Doo, Glenn La. There we are. That's our Glenn, top man. If you've been ringing and ringing and ringing and redialing and redialing and redialing, 01416289795. So there we have it. Now, by New Year 2029, this is somebody saying to me, Britain will be an Islamic country with no monarchy. Oh, well, I mean, I think you have to have, I mean, they've got their leaders in Islamic countries, so I'm quite sure we can have our monarch. Hello, Scotty, greetings from North Wales. Dylan, lovely to have you with us. Scotty, what does Dinky-Doo mean? Is it like saying hello? Mudshot, it's exactly like saying hello. It's everything. Everything is Dinky-Doo. That's what it's all about. I like this in your neighborhood who says something magic happens when you do the phone. It's great to see you back on, Scotty. Scaramanga, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, loved you in James Bond. Scotty for Prime Minister, says Susan. Or maybe she means Scotty for PM, for the afternoons. Good evening, Sir Scotty. Good evening to you. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. Guys, get following as soon as you come on. Right? We need to get the followers up. I've got 20,000 followers. I know for a fact that over 42.5 million have viewed the videos. That's not right. So we should have, by rights, 21 million followers. Yes, so get following. If you haven't followed me, get following. Thank you for your beautiful gifts as well. Share the live, folks. Thank you, David. Very much so. Wales wants independence as well, Scotty. So there we have it. No one would vote for Protestant, Scotty. No one would vote for Protestant. Well, if you think about it, probably about a half of the world is Protestant in some shape or form. So somebody has definitely done it. More strikes coming for us. Post-days coming. It's killing my wallet. Any jobs going, Scotty? Driving Explorer. If I had jobs, I would hand them out to good, worthy people. Rest assured. Keith says, I want a Scottie McClue t-shirt. Do you have any merchandise? I want to spread the word and tell 10 to tell 10. Keith, you are very, very kind. Here is our Scottie McClue badge. Right now, they're not for general consumption at the moment, but it's the start. We used to have a lot of Scottie merch, and it flew off the shelves. And no for Prime Minister, right, Susan? Thank you for that. Very, very much appreciated. Up the Celts, says Dylan Jones. He means the Celtic people, Scotland and Wales. What's the phone in, Scotty? Phone in is 0141 628 9795. Lines are open. Get ringing now. Get subscribing on the YouTube and following on the TikTok. Very, very important, I can tell you. Lovely, lovely. Super to have you all with us. If you haven't followed, guys, please follow. I can see it here. So if you follow, it'll let me know and I can give you a mention. Yes, get following, I say. Off we go to the telephones. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
This is David Cuz Watson. I've been following you for many years, Scotty.
David, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo to you as well, my friend. I can remember my granny listening to you on God Rest Her now on Scotty years ago.
God Rest Her, that's amazing. That one must be almost about 28 years ago.
Oh, well, that's how old I am then. I can remember that pretty well.
That's amazing.
I'm absolutely starstruck. You're a Scottish legend, mate.
No, don't be starstruck, David. It's lovely to have you with us.
When's the last time you had a bottle of Bucky, pal?
I have never, ever had that, but I've been to Bucky. I've been to Bucky. I've been to Bucky. It's a very nice wee fishing village.
You're backing up with it anyway, Scotty. I hear you needed a check-up for the neck-up last week.
A check-up for the neck-up. We love it, Davey. And listen, have you just stumbled on us?
That's your old banter. I can remember it very well.
That was my old patter, a check-up from the neck-up. As daft as a brush when he he'd.
So I can remember it well.
How fantastic. Did you just stumble upon us, Davey?
I've been listening to you and following you on the TikTok for a good few months now.
The TikTok's brilliant.
Oh, it's excellent, isn't it? You're right. You're absolutely right. I wish you every success in the world. I think you'll do well on this wee platform, you know. I
think so. We just take it easy, you know. It's just a bit of fun, and people like something a wee bit different. That's exactly it, Scotty. You've got all the right ingredients. I wish you every success in the world. God bless you and all. God bless you. I'll speak to you again next time. I hope so. You're a top man, Dinky-Doo. Aye. Yeah, yourself as well. Dinky-Doo, mate. Dinky-Doo, la. Top man. There we are. That's David. What a nice thing to say. He remembers the old phone-ins and Scott FM. Driving Explorer says this is a lot better than GBX. So there we are. I remember the folk phoning in just to flush their toilet. Yeah, they did. Driving, they did. How-witted idiots. They were quite funny, though, I have to say. Right, guys, I need more followers. Everybody watching should be following. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. As I said at my NASA interview, they said, Scotty, would you like to tell us what you think the job's about? I said, well, it's not rocket science. How fabulous. Need to get the YouTube back to what it was, Scotty. Yes, indeed. Well, we're doing very well audience-wise at the moment, Alistair. I can tell you we're into our second 1,000 watching right now. So that's pretty good, isn't it? I took Dino to Holyrood Park and I could see one light left on at the Palace. Nice to see they're all of money to burn. Well, it might have been in the guard room, for goodness sake. Don't be too hard on the royals, Numpty Head. They look after you. Yes, indeed. Alistair, I think personally it might have been because I wasn't concentrating so much on the phone. First time I've tuned back in for a while. I first heard the phone in again, and I'm already hooked. Excellent, Keith. You should give us a call. Everybody should be giving us a call, folks. There we are. That's it there for you. Can you all see that? Yes. 01416289795. Wonderful stuff. Who needs radio? Says David. Well, you know, David, you're quite right. Nowadays, the radio stations have been hugely fragmented. Radio is still a very popular medium, but the powers that be are not putting on enough different stuff. I did a little video. You'll see it on TikTok, and you should even see it on YouTube as well. And it was about why am I not on the BBC? Now, there's zero reason why Scottie McClue is not on the BBC. So there you are. So it just needs the BBC to get their act together. It was the same with Dad's Army. Do you remember a program called Dad's Army? Now, it was all about the Home Guard in the Second World War, ostensibly, but it actually wasn't really about the Home Guard in the Second World War. It was about a wonderful piece of television drama with very talented actors who had learned their trade in the theatre and were quite outstanding at funny business, theatre business. And that's why it was. And they said even the BBC were beginning to realize they had a hit on their hands. Yeah. So, I mean, the BBC is not the most creative place in the world. A lot of it's to do with management, administration, keep holding the government line nowadays in news and things like that, because they got broken during the Iraq war. So that was the BBC broken. They were fighting to tell the truth, and the government were fighting to suppress the actual truth at the time. So that was kind of the end of the integrity of that. And the BBC need to get that integrity back. And Scottie McClue might be a good way for them to do that. So because they've also got a superb infrastructure. I'm very, very, if I was an envious person, I would be envious of the superb technical engineering structure of the BBC, which would be super for carrying a big phone in at nights. We take a few calls, we do what we're doing here, we get a few emails, we have a laugh, we take a lot of texts back from you. Scottie, I've got a spare 2 fish and 5 loaves. What should I do? I think you should feed the 5,000 numbered. I think you would be amazing because you have a big social conscience. Okay, you were a bit misplaced when it came to talking about these auditors. You'd got it wrong with them. They need a much tougher time off the police. You're not on the BBC because you're the antithesis of impartiality, Scottie. Ah, I see. Well, we could make that clear. We could say, just remember that Scottie McClue's views are not the views of the BBC. They are the views of Scottie McClue. Not a problem. There we have it. Social media is now bigger than the radio. It's where everyone is these days. Alistair, you're quite right. That was the point I was going to make. I probably have a bigger audience on here, not than Scott FM or Century Radio, because they were exceptional days. We're talking 250,000 people every half hour for 3 hours. So I mean, what are you talking there? 500,000 people an hour, 3 million people. Just absolutely mind-blowing. It really is. 3 million people watching or listening. We didn't watch in those days, we listened. Nowadays, they'd probably put a camera in the studio. But I don't know if that would be quite as funny as the old Scott FM radio shows, where it was all audio. There we are, but we shall see. We shall see. Evening, Scottie. Could you say hello to Charlie for me? I can, Leonard. No problem at all. Excellent stuff. Hey, Scottie. Hey, JP. DINKY-DOO from Scottie McClue. I can't believe how fast the time is going, guys. Lots of good reaction from yourselves. There we are. Tell 10 to tell 10. Get sharing. Somebody's just sent me 5 red roses. There we have it. Video killed the radio star, J.D. Donnelly. Very good point, actually. Because now everybody's into video, but I think that there's always a market for what I'm doing right now, right here. Right, what do you think of our second week in politics, shall we say? You know, Big Tam in the bright yellow ice cream van says, hello, Big Tam. We love you. And we love the big bright yellow ice cream van. I've had an ice cream from it and I've never tasted anything so good. And I think that was on a winter's day. There we are. The revolution will be televised, says Chris. Yes, absolutely. And I'm telling you, the politicians are going to have to go some to win the affection of the people, because they're pretty unpop at the moment. Start your own station, Scotty, something totally new. McCLUE FM. Yes, absolutely, McCLUE FM. We are clued in. How about a Halloween show on Monday evening? Get the listeners to tell their spooky stories. Well, we could, Neil. I might even tell one on here myself. Scotty, how would you like to be remembered? Maybe for spoiling Numphead's New Year's. I would like to be remembered for making people smile. And that's it. Because what was interesting about when I do a radio show, we attract a lot of people that are not necessarily radio listeners. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you lots. Do you see what I mean? So there we are. I listened to you from prison. You're amazing. Keep your hand on your halfpenny. Do you know, user? It was incredible. The number of letters I used to get from people who were in the nick, and these were pretty big nicks. We're talking the likes of Berlini, Sochten, Strangeways, Walton, you name it. And we used to get a lot of letters from the guys in the big hoosies up and down the land. And, Wakefield and all that sort of stuff. And they were amazing. Obviously, a lot of them were protesting their innocence, shall they say. As one of the governors said, we've got 500 innocent people in the nick, that sort of thing. So, I mean, they were protesting their innocence. And you got 3 square meals a day and a roof under your feet in Manchester, that sort of idea. But the boys used to write to me, and we had a lot of fun, because apparently they were allowed radios but nothing else, and they got McClue's phone in at night, and we used to shout hello to the big hoose. So there you are. I remember a guy phoning in. He said, Scotty, don't think we are stupid in the big hoose. There's a lot of very clever people in the big hoose. I said, if they're very clever, what are they doing in the top bunk? There were. I used to say to them, I think they'd banned the alphabet soup in the kitchen, so you couldn't be sending messages to each other. Busy on a tractor as usual, says JP. You're a busy man, JP. Well, you'll have done all the pluing. Or all the harvesting, I should say. You'll not have done the pluing, but you'll have done the harvesting. DINKY-DOO, Scotty, loving the clean shave. I thank you, Nathan. I've got a wee bit of a rash, as you can see, because I think the beard was about 3 years in the ground. You really make me smile, says Nathan. Well, Nathan, I'm very, very pleased to hear that, because you deserve to smile, I say. What do you think of historic Scotland fencing off all their properties? Well, the only thing is, there wouldn't have been a fence from that originally in the likes of the castles. We, the people, the peasants, we would have been camping around down at the bottom. I don't mean camping, I mean camping. That sort of idea. Scotty, no one ever managed to fill the space you left at Scott FM. They had to sell it off. They didn't indeed. To me, that was madness. The guy that got rid of me from Scott FM, and a lot of them have passed away now, God bless them, so we'll not speak ill of them. But the guy that got rid of me, he should just spend the rest of his life standing on the naughty step, wearing a dunce's cap, facing the wall, you know, because that was just commercial suicide. Just madness, all that work. A winner never quits and a quitter never wins. MR. That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. And I can remember I was leaving a company and I came in the morning and we used to have a running order for a program. And I had no running order for the phone-ins, but there was a running order for the program. It was a television program. And I was leaving that television company to go to another one. And one of my colleagues had written, "Good night and God bless. Remember, the winner never quits and the quitter never wins." And that would be about, now don't rush me, round about 40 years ago, maybe 38, 39 years ago, something like that. The winner never quits, and we never have quit. And we've always won. We only had one tiny wee hiccup, and that was something totally beyond my control. You know, that was somebody that turned out to be not what we thought. There we are, not the clean tatty. Scotty, what happened to the wide angle camera? We've still got it. I just have to widen the angle and then we can do that. But I thought this was a bit better. You can still see me, can't you? So there you go. Now, who have we got here? Oh, Mr. Martin, yes. Can you say hi to Davy? I can, VJ. A big hi to Davy Anderson. Hello, Scotty from East Kilbride. Scotty and Chips, lovely, lovely. Now, what do we got? East Kilbride, that's excellent stuff. Yes, we like East Kilbride. What I do like about this is it's worldwide. And that's fantastic. So we're talking to people in Canada and in America and all the rest of it. Let's see if you followed me, guys. Right, I need more followers, please. So we need about another dozen of you to follow Scottie McClue live on the TikTok just for you saying Dinky-Doo. If you're wanting, Scottie McClue is 100% free at the point of consumption and enjoyment. But if you're feeling flush, then I've put a little goal up there, and it's headphones. I don't know what they come in at. Somebody will maybe tell me. If you want to send me a set of headphones on the TikTok, that would be very, very kind. It wasn't just Scotty who left Scott FM. So did I and the other 2.8 million potential listeners, as well as the advertisers. They had to flog that station. But my old boss paid me a huge compliment. He said, "Scotty, you turned a £500,000 project into a £28 million success story." So that's not bad. Now, I never get a share of that, but I'm very glad that I managed to enrich our media moguls. I've done it a few times. I think we've probably made about 200 million quid for the media moguls. So maybe one of them will get a conscience and come back and say, "You come and work for me, Scotty." Do you have any other work apart from YouTube and TikTok? I do Scaramanga, yes. I'm a very, very, very busy man. The reason you only see me rarely, i.e. mainly once a week, and we do random pop-ups on YouTube and on TikTok. But the reason you only see me is because I'm tied up with other work. But we can always squeeze in a wee bit more. That's what it's about. Yes, a very, very busy boy. Scaramanga. Red Rose went up 500,000 when you were on. Mr. Martin. Red Rose, that was huge at night. And I won't mention names, but they'd had a very famous guy before me, very good, very hard working. There we go. Who have we got here? You're live on Scotty's phone in, is that? Hello? Can you hear me? He's maybe struggling.
Yes, I can.
You can. Who's that?
My name is Walter Hart. Well, I live at the road.
Your name is Walter? You're too busy laughing. I can't hear you. Try again, Walter.
Okay.
My name. Try without the laughing.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live.
Willard White. I think you're off the James Bond movie. Bring in another stream of money. Absolutely, Scaramanga. We need to get some pennies going. Scotty, what makes a great man? A great man. My father was an example of a great man. He was a soldier, a sailor, an airman, an engineer, a musician. He had a plumbing business, which he inherited from his late uncle who died. But he was an absolute gentleman. And I think that's the foundation of a great man, an absolute gentleman. Hang on a second. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Hello? Hello? My name is Willard White, and I'm from the White House, Mr. Bond.
I'm living in your walls.
Scotty, how's your day been? Fantastic. Yes, indeed. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can. Thanks to David and Liz for following. Very, very much appreciated. I can tell you. Hang on a second here. I'm just sorting something out. There we go. Oh, wonderful. That guy reminded me of the sort of dafties that used to ring in the old days and just say something silly and then hang up. But it's a waste of time. Blowfield on the phone there. Yes, I think it was Blowfield. And Scaramanga, I'm not going into detail, but I think there are real Blowfields about these days. It's not Blowfield, it's Blowfelt, isn't it? It's got a D, but it's Blowfelt. I got really, really upset when that great big black car drove past and shot Bond's wife. That was bad news. Was that on Her Majesty's Secret Service? George Lazenby, Bond was played by John Lazenby. Henry VIII was a great guy. J.D. Donnelly, I don't know what your reading material's like, but that's pretty poor quality. Yes, an old one there. Did you like that, Scaramanga? On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Scaramanga. We're getting all the Bond villains on. I think I'd have made a very good Bond villain. I don't know what you think about that. Do tell. Lazenby was Bond in that one, yeah. George Lazenby, fantastic. I'm sorry we never saw more of him because he was very, very good. I thought he was an excellent Bond. Now, who have we got? Scaramanga. Yes, Scaramanga, were you not the one with the big yacht and the huge marine chase? I think, was that not Scaramanga? Or were you the man with the golden gun? Was that Scaramanga? I'm just trying. Scotty, it's 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you get 2 numpties in one night. Why are you so successful? Says Professor Numptyhead. Professor Numptyhead, I think, as an old boss of mine said, he said, I think you attract them. He said, who did you have on the other night? I said, there was a fair smattering of idiots. He said, well, I think you're attracting them. Yes, also the golden gun and a Chinese junk. Yes, and did they not put the wee man into the net in the junk? So there we are. King Charles has the yacht. No, King Charles doesn't have the yacht. Poor King Charles doesn't have a yacht at the moment. They should never, ever, ever have decommissioned Britannia. Beautiful vessel. Built in Scotland. Right. Here we go. McCLUE's Pies. Hang on. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Nigger.
Hello, you're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's Charlie.
Charlie, lovely to hear from you. Oh, we've lost Charlie. What a shame. Never mind. We'll get Charlie back for you guys. Don't worry about that. Now, who have we got here? Fantastic. There we go. A DINKY-DOO. I say to you. What have we got here? I saw you at a supermarket. No, I don't think you did, Greg. I don't use that supermarket. What's the number? Says Scaramanga. The number is 628-9795. I apologize for the idiots, of course. There we are. Half-wits. The QE2 was beautiful. The QE2 was beautiful. Yes, absolutely. She was also a product of John Brown's. I say to you, how amazing is that? Fantastic stuff. Right, who else have we got here? Mr. Martin. What are we saying? That's strange. Pizza Gaming, Dinky-Doo. Yes, indeed. Good evening, nice bonnet. Thank you, Bobby, very much. Dave the Rave from Scotland. Hang on, absolutely. Charlie has followed us. Charlie, give us a phone back so we can see what is what. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you, there we are. We need another election. I think, Tad, we may well be getting one. So there you have it. Right, give us a call, folks, as soon as you possibly can. Lovely to have you with us, Dinky-Doo. Telephone number, once again, 01416289795. 01416289795. Good evening, Scotty. I've just got back from the pub. Good one, Tad. McClue's pies is the other what Scotty means. Do you think Rishi will last long? I don't think he'll last that long, to be honest with you. Who's this? Hello, you're live in Scottish Fun In. Who's that?
How you doing, Scotty? It's Ali here. How's things?
Ali, how are you, Dinky-Doo?
I'm great, I'm great. It's great to see you on YouTube and the old TikToks.
The old TikTok, Ali, yes. Well, we're actually...
I listened to you when I was a kid way back in the day. Great to see you back on.
Get away, fantastic.
I just would like to call and say hello, you know. I don't really know what you discuss with you.
I think that's a lovely thing to do, Ali, because nobody can take it away from you.
That's that. I just want to check in and see how things are going. What's your plans anyway? You plan to stay on the old TikTok?
Yes.
Or you want to move into something else?
Well, no, there's lots on the go at the moment, Ali, but it just helps to keep in touch with the audience because TikTok and YouTube are actually fabulous platforms. You know?
That's brilliant.
It's like...
I mean, you're getting your name out there again, so hopefully, you know, somebody sees this and gets you on their TV show or you know, like a main radio station. That'd be great.
Just a bit of fun, Ali. It's fantastic. What about yourself? Are you keeping okay?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I just get myself busy, you know, working hard and...
So it's all you can do these days.
Life, you know?
It's all you can do because the politicians are not looking after us.
Exactly. There's a lot going on with that, is there? So let's just hope for a better future and
fingers crossed.
Independence as well, and you know, we can have Scotland find its feet. And
I think an independent Scotland would be brilliant. I think it'd be brilliant. I mean, I'm not political, as you know, but I think economically.
Anyway, Scotty, I'll let you go.
No, listen, lovely to hear you, Ali. Thanks for your call.
Just check in and say hello, and it's good to see you back out there, mate. So, all the best.
All the best, you and Dinky-Doo, la.
Cheers, Dinky-Doo.
What a top man. What a lovely thing to do. Give McCLUE a wee call. Fantastic. We love it. So there you have it. Scotty, lad, I hope you're doing well, mate. Lovely to have you back. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Who else have we got here? How's it going, Scotty, my good gentleman? Sir Bacon. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. My goodness, I'm just seeing what's going on here. We're tight for time. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty.
Hello, Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Sorry, I don't know what happened earlier. We lost you. We had a wee disconnect. Anyway, we're back in touch. What's happening?
Nothing much. I just want to say that everyone from Barra is wishing you a very hello, or a big hello.
We send love to Barra and we say Kamarahau and Hakama Mahaz.
Oh, double.
And we say Ichiva Barra.
Yeah.
Aichava will say to the Barra people. Lovely to hear you, Charlie. Thank you. Send love to Barra. Dinky-Doo. Well, the Barracks are up there. Thank you very much. Wonderful stuff. Thanks for joining us. What have we got? How are you doing, Scotty? Dinky-Doo. Leonard, so good to hear from you. What if I dinky don't? Oh, well, I wouldn't go there, Bevel. So there we go. Fantastic. Dinky-Doo, Scotty. Hi, Mr. Colin. Dinky-Doo, honey. Lovely to have you with us. Good evening, Scotty. How's your day been? Hello, pal, says our wonderful Thomas Hamilton. Thomas, hello to you and Dinky-Doo. Right, I think we're going to have to go quite soon, guys. I need another 6 followers. So follow us on the TikTok as soon as you can. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
It's me, Scotty. David, how are you?
David La, how are you?
Not bad, son. I didn't hear you last week, but I need to catch up a bit last week. I watched on YouTube, but where can we start? There's only 4 minutes to go. Do you know what I mean?
I know, what a busy night it's been, though, Davey.
And I've seen a lot of new people come on, but a few idiots as well.
You'll always get a few idiots, Davey, because these people, they don't believe in themselves enough to think their brain's good enough to have a conversation.
They're wasting time.
Wasting the time.
It's new Prime Minister, right? So I'm not political as you, but I'm not really. I'll just say what I'm going to feel, right? They're saying about attacking benefits people after Halloween, the benefit people and benefits. That won't go down.
No. What they're needing to do, here's what you need from a Prime Minister right now. Don't worry, we're working on your power bills so you don't all get screwed. The power companies have plenty of money and will be taking money off them so you guys don't get screwed. The cost of gas is falling. Europe is getting sorted. We've got a nuclear program, so you'll not get screwed. Also, tax-wise, we're not going to make sure that you don't get screwed. Also, we're going to increase everybody's salary, and we're going to cut back on inflation so you don't all get screwed. We're thinking and going back into Europe, and we'd like Scotland to go independent for 5 years to see how it feels. Now, that's what you're wanting from a Prime Minister. Yes, this is what you don't want. You need a Prime Minister that goes, we will do everything we can to see the people get their dues.
Of course, but I was, you know what I'm talking about? I was watching this quote on TV. Who are these people trying to block Scotland's independence? Or these people in a court? Who are they, Scotty? What's going on?
What's going on? Well, we can't talk about that because it's in a court, but we'll see what the outcome is.
Right, okay, fair dues. Do you know what I mean? But it's really, really strange. I mean, it's like they're trying to rule obviously Scotland, as you know, right?
Yes, indeed. There's the wonderful Nicky McCLUE saying Dinky-Doo. Davey, I'm going to have to dash.
So, son, Dinky-Doo.
Don't think I don't love you, though. Dinky-Doo, son. That's it, Davey. We're just about out of time, guys. There we are. Fit Like Laddie says, JD, top viewers. I need one more follower on the TikTok before we go. Good evening, Scotty. Dinky-Doo says, the wonderful Nicky McCLUE. Somebody is spoiling me with red roses. Darren, thank you so much. That is so kind of you to absolutely spoil us with all these beautiful red roses. One more follower, then we have to dash, guys. Get following on the TikTok. I say to you, what a fabulous show tonight. My goodness me. We have to say goodbye to the TikTokers. So they have had to leave us, but that doesn't mean we don't absolutely love them, I say to you. So there we are. Thank you very much for that. Huge audience tonight, guys. We're well into the thousands, and we like that. So tremendous audience tonight. All I can do is say thank you to every single one of you for that. We're just about out of time. Finding love here. We'll just get shot of that. Fantastic. Nay. Hiding the users there. Wonderful. They've all gone. Good night. Sleep well, Scotty and Green. Thank you, Susan. Scotty, can you say Glasgow to the people of Barra? It's the only word I know. Yes, Falchi, Key de Milli Falchi, Don Glasgow. There we are. My call gained you two listeners. Yes, at least numpty heat. I say to every single one of you, take great care of your dear selves. Stay fabulous. This is Scotty McClue saying to every single one of you, Dinky-Doo.